Hi, welcome. I'm Matt, third year MFT student here at CSUN, and we're going to go over a long video in terms of how to use this camera. So, let's check it out. What we see first is we see the camera box and a nice strap to put around your shoulder when you're walking around the town. Now, there is a specific code you're supposed to put in, but I will not tell you this. You must find out from your professor, so I'm going to put that in right now. Play that Jeopardy song. Once you put it in, it opens like magic. What we see here is a variety of objects. Let's talk about them as well as the location of them. First and foremost, what we see on this left-hand side is we see the camera stand, the instructional booklet made by the camera company, Kodak, and the CSUN instructions for camera use. Alright, once again, these go on this left-hand side. On the right-hand side, we see the location of other items, such as the camera and its pouch. Let me open it up. And then next to that, we see the adapter for charging. And what we'll see here next to that should be two cords. One short cord, which is used to connect the camera to the computer, in addition to a longer cord, which connects to the adapter to the camera for charging purposes. At the very bottom, we see the location of the SDI card, or the memory card. Now, we're going to go over how to turn on and off the camera. So we're going to take the camera out. And this is the screen right here. Okay, so we see the screen. To the right of it, on the top, we see the universal on and off button. All we have to do is press it once, and the camera is on. We can even see it videotaping without recording, but just showing us rather what's in front of us. To turn it off, we go to the same exact location, press it once. Good. Now, on the right-hand side of the camera, right below the power, we see a slot. But in order to get to it, we need to open it up. And you see there's a little opening right here. Put your fingernail in and pull it open. And this little device has a nice little hinge that we can just put into the side. And here we actually see the SDI card in there. In order to get it in and out, we push it and it loosens up. We can take it out. To put it back in, make sure that the chip is facing the camera or the actual sticker is facing away from the camera. We put it in, and you should hear a click click. That we know that it is in there safely and secure, as well as seeing that it is flush with this area here. We're going to turn this and push it in so it is nice and secure. Next, we're going to move to the right-hand side of the camera, where we see similarly that little indent to put our fingernail in, pull it, and turn it to one side. Here we see three slots. I'm going to open this one here. We push down and turn it open. This one is important and significant for how do we use the camera in relation to the computer and how we connect to that, and that's in a different segment. This one, this middle one, the smaller one, is what we use to connect to a power source. And how do we do that? What we're going to do is we're going to take this longer cord and we're going to connect the smaller portion of it into this smaller opening. Once it's in there, we're going to connect the USB cord into the adapter. Now we're going to take this camera and the adapter all the way over here to the outlet and plug it in. How do we know that it's charging? We will see this light here blinking. It may take a few seconds, so be patient, but it should blink. If it does not, make sure that this cord is snugly in. It might be on opposite way, but it might be that we see the USB cord and we want to put it right in there. Make sure that it is snug in. And now we can see that the light is turning on. It starts to blink, and then we know that it is definitely charging. What we're going to do now is we're going to unplug this. Take it out of the extension cord. And now that it is done, we're going to place it back to where it belongs. Once again, it's in this middle area. Almost fishnet or mesh-like material. Now what we're going to talk about is the stand. So what we see first and foremost is that there's buttons on either side of the stand. We're going to push those buttons in, and now we can release this middle portion here. We're going to put the stand to the side and take this, and if you notice that there is a bottom portion here and a bottom portion here. We're going to take this and we're going to screw it on. Remember, it's righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. Make sure that we have everything put back in. So I'm going to put this all the way back in and close this up. Now that everything is secure, I'm going to go back to the stand and push those same buttons as before. This allows me to put the stand inside here in this little pouch. And I let go, and the camera is snug in. Now we have 3 legs. I'm going to open one individually, and it allows me to place that camera on the table. Now, how do we record on the stand? Well, we take the camera, and it needs to be on, so we're going to go to the right hand side and press the on button. Now the camera is on. I'm going to put it back on the stand. Make sure that on this bottom left we see a camera there. If we were to push it, it would be a camera. Alright, we want to make sure that it's actually a video camera. So I push it again, and now it is the camera. So I'm going to push the middle button right here to record. And there's 2 ways to know that we are currently recording. One, the top has a blinking red light right there, top of the screen. I can also turn this around and I can see a red dot blinking. Both of those indicate that I am currently recording. In order to stop the recording, I'm going to press this button again, and the recording has stopped. I can tell because there's no blinking red light here on the top of the screen, in addition to no blinking red light on the back. Now, how to access these videos, I'm going to press this play button right there in the middle, and we actually see the universal play button right there. So I can just press that and it starts playing. I'm going to stop this prematurely so we don't have to hear my voice double the time. Now, how do we get rid of this or delete this video? I'm going to press the screen, or touch it rather, and we see a trash can right there. I'm going to push that trash can, and it's going to ask me, are you sure you want to delete this file? You betcha. I'm going to press the delete button right there, and it's gone. But we had multiple recordings earlier, so I'm going to delete this one, and delete this one. And currently it says no pictures or videos to display. It goes away after a few seconds, and now I'm back to where I was beforehand. What's very important to note is that where is the actual lens for the video camera? Notice there is no video lens on the front part. The only lens that we have to record with is on the back portion of the video camera. There's no lens for the camera on the front. Now, how do we change the settings? Well, sometimes you may see that the settings may be shorter than what we would like. For instance, if the settings were set to HD 720p, and I'll explain this all in 1 second, we'll see 28 minutes and 33 seconds. Okay, now how do we know where we're at? I'm going to slow it down for you. We're going to go to the top right corner. There's settings, the little wrench. Push that. We want to go only to video resolution. Now, it's set right now to HD 720p, and there's a multitude of others that we can go to in terms of HD. What we want is WVGA. If I touch that, I'm going to go back to where I was. I'm going to go to this X. I'm going to touch that. And in comparison to 28 minutes, what we had beforehand, now I have an hour and 2 minutes. So essentially, just ensure that we are set to video resolution WVGA. Now, what's important too, and just to reiterate, this top number refers to how much time you have left to record. So currently I have an hour and 2 minutes and 30 seconds to record with this video resolution. So make sure that we put everything back into the case. Alright, so that's what we're going to do right now. So I'm going to take this off by pushing these in. I'm going to turn this lefty-loosey. I'm going to turn this power off. Remember, it's the top right and the side. I'm going to put this camera back in its pouch. Pull this string. So now it's secure. Put it back in where it belongs, in the middle compartment. I'm going to put this top part of the stand back in, but remember, I can't just put it in. I have to push these buttons at the same time and push this in here. Put it back on the left-hand side. And now I'm going to close this, especially this top part. I'm going to close it, move the codes around, and no longer can it be opened. My friends, my colleagues, this is how to use the camera 101.